Hey everyone, this is a review video in case you forgot how to access your lab instructions, or you may not have seen the introductory video at the beginning of the class. So this is just kind of a overview on how to do that and a reminder of how to access your instructions. So we're on the home page. You go to Content. You'll go to Module 2, because right now you guys are completing lab for that module. And you'll click on Module 2 Labs, which is what I'm already on. And then the combined lab report is the lab report. It does not have your instructions. That is what you need to download and open and complete as your work and submit that. So there are no instructions in here. Instead, you have to go to these links. So when you go to this link, so this is just for part 1, you get a whole bunch of information to help you with your lab. There's knowledge checks in here. If there's things that you need to know about, for instance, for this one, it'll tell you the difference between prokaryotes and eukaryotes here and here. But let's say you already know all that. So you're going to come right here where it says Assignments and Procedures. And you click on it, and here are your instructions. Okay, so if we go to this, okay, it tells you what your materials are and how to complete this lab. Okay, so there's instructions for that. If you're going to go create a cell, here's the materials that you need and the instructions. Okay, so that's where you find your instructions. Now your lab report is what goes with those instructions. So whenever you download that combined lab report, it will have your questions, your pre-lab questions, your post-lab questions, any kind of data that you need to gather. You need to provide before and after photos of all the experiments, typically like what your experimental setup and then what results you got is what I'm looking for. So if we just open this up real quick. So you can see that it follows exactly what your labs were in the module. So these are pre-lab questions that you complete before you do the lab. That's typically, these questions can be answered with the part that I showed you. So if we go back here, see part 1 and how it gives you information here, you can use a lot of this information to help you answer these questions. And then if we scroll down a little bit, now we're to the actual experiment part, where it was asking you to identify the cell structures, and here's that post-lab. So you look at that onion root tip on the microscope and see those different things. And then here's some more post-lab questions, and then the reflection of what did you learn in this experiment. So if we go to experiment 2, where you're creating a cell, so I'm going to come over here. Remember, assignment and procedures. Here's your experiment. Okay, here's the instructions that tell you how to create the cell. So you do everything in here, and then you go to your combined lab report and you answer the post-lab questions and your reflection. So in experiment 2, there actually are no pre-lab questions. They won't all have pre-lab questions. And so this is part 2. So to get to part 2, it's the same kind of structure here. So we go to Module 2 Labs. We click on part 2. Okay, here's information to help you. assignment procedures, and then here's the instructions for experiment 1 and instructions for experiment 2. So hopefully that helps you with that as a reminder on how to get to your instructions and how to complete the lab report. It should, it should go in order. You definitely want to make sure that when you're doing your lab report, you answer all questions in all areas. So like when you do this experiment right here, like you need to, answer what is the purpose of this lab? What is the hypothesis? And if I were you, I would do some background research. So like in here, we're measuring yeast fermentation. So you may want to do like a Google search of fermentation by yeast to get some background information and understand what it is that you're looking for and what it is that you're doing. That is also where the class announcements come in very handy. So I'm going to go back to the course homepage. Now, right now it's sitting on module 2 assignment, but I'm going to log in as me and get out of the student view. So what I try to do is post, is post some things for the labs to help you. So for instance, I'm showing you and this comes out on the 29th. So I'm showing you how to do or not how to do it, but like what you're looking for. Same thing with like the paper chromatography lab. So I do give you some help or try to give you guidelines on how to do it, but you're always welcome to email me as well. So hopefully that helps you. Let me know if you need anything further.